The whole point of this...
Because we're not equipped to have them.
Okay, so then...
We're not equipped.
Then let's just run Shedeur out there, have the worst quarterback room in the league this year again.
Fine.
Then be up for a rookie, and then all the chatter will be, the Browns are pretty...
I think now that he's given it a little time, a little bit of breathing room, I think he is seeing some elite playmaking ability. He said that Shedeur Sanders can be ready to start week 1, and he was just way more positive about him, actually, than I even maybe thought he would be today. So that was my big takeaway.
There are folks in the Cleveland Browns media circle who have been straight up working against Shedeur Sanders, spinning stories, pushing their own agendas, and flat out lying to your face about what's really going on inside that building. Today, we're about to peel back the curtain and show you exactly what's been happening, because the truth has a way of coming out whether they like it or not. Let's start with Anthony Lima, because this man has been on a very specific mission. And no, it's not a mission to deliver fair, accurate Browns coverage. It's not a mission to analyze situations objectively. It's a mission to make sure that Shedeur Sanders doesn't get the fair shot he deserves in Cleveland. Day after day, Lima uses his platform to throw shade at Sanders. He's out here calling for the Browns to bring in a new quarterback, suggesting they give Deshaun Watson another chance, doing everything he can to redirect the narrative away from the fact that Sanders could be the answer at quarterback for this franchise. And here's where it gets really telling.
You would gain a lot more credibility if you're trying to talk for Shedeur Sanders, and many of you are, the aunts, the uncles, the family members, the non-family members. You would gain just a little bit, a semblance of credibility, if you just admit he didn't handle it the best way possible.
But I don't know how he did or didn't. I have no idea.
Lima went on air and had the nerve to claim that anyone backing Shedeur Sanders, whether analysts, fans, or media members, is automatically not credible. Think about that for a second. He's basically saying that if you believe in what Sanders can do, you're not a serious football mind. Lima even went further, demanding that supporters admit Sanders didn't handle his opportunities the right way. This is classic revisionism. He's trying to gaslight the entire Browns fan base into buying a story that just isn't true. But right when Lima was in full narrative mode, Ken Carman stepped up and shut it down. Carman pushed back hard, pointing out that you can't make sweeping claims about a quarterback who has delivered every single time he's been given a real shot. And he was absolutely right. You can't just tear down a player who consistently proves the doubters wrong. Ken Carman deserves full credit for standing up in that moment, because far too many in that media space were just nodding along, letting Lima push his agenda unchecked.
People tell me that's ridiculous. He was not wearing headphones. He wasn't wearing headphones and things. All the other things that are there. So when I hear such insane things about what he did or didn't do, I'm like, no, I'm not going to believe any of it until I actually find out.
But Lima didn't quit there. He doubled down, going even further. He claimed that Shedeur Sanders is unprepared, that the entire Browns organization has lost faith in him, and that they're actively hunting for a new quarterback to replace him. And that's exactly where Lima's credibility crumbles, because the people who actually run the Cleveland Browns came forward and told a story that couldn't be more different.
They do not want to see Shedeur Sanders anytime. It's why every day there's a new leak coming from that building about how unprepared he is and how he's walking around the building not doing what he's supposed to.
Andrew Berry, the general manager of the Cleveland Browns, stepped up to the podium and made the organization's stance crystal clear. Berry laid out a detailed plan for Shedeur Sanders this offseason, explaining how they want him to deepen his grasp of the playbook, continue developing the explosive plays that define his game, and put in the physical work to handle the grind of a full NFL season as a starting quarterback. Does that sound like an organization that's lost faith in its young signal caller? Does it sound like the front office is out shopping for a replacement? Absolutely not. Berry went even further, noting that Sanders improved in every single game he played last season, every single one. That's not the tone of a GM ready to give up on a player. That's the tone of a GM who watched his quarterback grow in real time and is fully committed to giving him the platform to take the next step.
Barry even acknowledged that last season, Sanders wasn't given the full opportunity to develop as a franchise quarterback should, and made it clear that this time, that chance is completely on the table. The organization is all in.
Shedeur is just continued growth. I think he grew a lot from start 1 to start 7. I think certainly playing more efficiently, not putting the ball in harm's way as much would be important. While maintaining the ability to produce out of structure and generate explosive plays. You're not going to see all of that in the upcoming months because we're not on the field. So the biggest thing that he can do is learn the new offense. Get in with the coaching staff once our offseason program starts. Continue to work on his body physically. And then make strides when we actually get on the grass.
Think back to last season when Shedeur finally got his first full game in a Browns jersey and absolutely delivered. Listen to this. Andrew Barry didn't just stroll by the locker room, he didn't shoot a quick text, he walked in himself and wrapped Shedeur Sanders in a full-on embrace. That right there is your general manager sending a crystal clear message to the world about how he feels about this quarterback. That's not the move of a guy sitting on the fence. That's a man saying, I believe in this kid and I will move mountains to make him succeed. So where does that leave Anthony Lima and all his talking points? Trash. That's where. Because Lima had people thinking the organization didn't trust Shedeur, yet the man running the building just stood up and told everyone the exact opposite. Lima tried to convince you they were hunting for a new quarterback, but the GM just laid out a full-on development plan for the one they already have. You can't spin your way out of that contradiction. Now hold up, let's bring Todd Monken into the mix, because this is where things get even juicier. Mary Kay Cabot, one of the most respected Browns insiders out there, reported that offensive coordinator Todd Monken has already made his call. After breaking down all the film, analyzing Shedeur's performance last season, and studying what he's capable of, Monken has decided Shedeur Sanders will be his starting quarterback next season. And this isn't some random rumor, it's not speculation from a faceless Twitter account. This is a top-tier reporter with deep connections telling you exactly what the coaching staff has locked in internally.
Now that he's given it a little time, a little bit of breathing room, I think he is seeing some elite playmaking ability. He said that Shedeur Sanders can be ready to start week 1, and he was just way more positive about him, actually, than I even maybe thought he would be today. So that was my big takeaway.
So here's the thing. While Lima and his crew are busy manufacturing drama and pretending the quarterback battle is up in the air, the people who actually coach this team have already studied the film and made their decision. The call has been made. Shedeur Sanders is the guy, and no amount of noise from agenda-driven media personalities is going to change what's happening behind those walls. Now let's talk about the hypocrisy, because you can't just ignore it. These are the same voices praising Shedeur Sanders when he was dropping big performances. The same ones who marveled at his throws, hyped his poise, and reminded everyone of his credentials. And now, watch this, once it's convenient to flip the narrative, they act like they never believed in him at all. They went from questioning how Shedeur fell to the 5th round to acting like he never belonged on an NFL roster. That's not analysis, that's not journalism, that's agenda setting, and fans deserve way better than that. Browns fans have been through enough. This franchise has battled quarterback instability for years, and the hunt for a true leader under center has been one of the harshest ongoing sagas in football. But now, for the first time in a long time, there's a plan. A young quarterback who has improved, earned his GM's trust, gained his coordinator's confidence, and has a full offseason to prepare to lead this team. Shedeur Sanders has met every challenge head-on. He's silenced doubters before, and he'll do it again. The organization is behind him, the coaching staff is behind him, and the facts, they're behind him too. The only people not on board are the ones with platforms pushing agendas, and today their lies have been exposed for everyone to see. Stay tuned, Browns faithful. The 2026 season is coming. Shedeur Sanders is ready, and the doubters are about to have a very long year watching him prove them all wrong. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your thoughts on everything going down in Cleveland, and we'll see you in the next one. So tell me,
Do you believe Andrew Berry and Todd Monken are truly all in on Shedeur Sanders heading into 2026? Do you think Anthony Lima and these so-called insiders have a personal agenda against him? Or are their concerns actually legit? And most importantly, do you believe Shedeur Sanders has what it takes to be the long-term franchise QB for the Browns? Drop your answers in the comments below. We want to hear it all.